Hello friends, welcome to the Word Cloud Tarot Show. Today is the 20th of October 2022 and we've come back from holiday a couple of weeks earlier than planned, and you get to see the new show format a couple of weeks earlier than planned because the whole of the UK is in collapse, the Prime Minister has resigned and no one has any idea what's going on. So we're going to do a 5-minute tarot reading using this, the Word Cloud Happy Toast tarot deck, to find out what's going on. This is the easiest deck there is to read because the meanings of the cards are written on the cards. They're there in words that you can read. You don't have to memorize them. And one good spread for finding out what's going on is we've got a spread where we compare 3 candidates. So we'll have 3 candidates for the election. We'll get a card about what each of them thinks, and then we'll get an outcome card. So one for each of the candidates, a meaning for each of the candidates, and a final outcome. Let's see what all that means, shall we? So the first one of our candidates, candidate A, is the 14 of Cups, the King of Cups. He's calm and he's communicative. He's portrayed as generous and knowledgeable and reasonable. He's the competent choice and intellectual and trustworthy and mild. So I guess that's Sunak. Does that look like Sunak? That might be Sunak. Candidate B, on the other hand, candidate B is the 10 of Trumps, Fortune. Now, which candidate do we think is a crazy roll of the dice, an apocalyptic abyss, something that might be inevitable, a destiny for our fate or our country, a reincarnation of a prior demise, a wheel of fortune rolling on? I think that must be Bojo, that must be Boris Johnson, is candidate B. Candidate C is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is someone who's unwilling and uncomprehending. It's a capitulation to a crisis that was seeded only after a denouncement. He's the stooge who was put there so that the guilty could escape punishment. So I guess that would be Hunt. Jeremy Hunt is candidate C. So what's the trouble with candidate A, Richie Sunak? The trouble with him is the 9 of Pentacles. It's a page of Pentacles. Now, his life has been comfortable and blessed, and he's been a billionaire with a bountiful fortune. He'll be content and cushioned, and he will have durability, whatever goes on in the future. There is a guarantee of happiness and laughter and perks under Sunak, but maybe not for everyone, eh? Maybe just for him, just for the capital. So what about the problem with Bojo? The problem with Bojo is the 21st Trump, the universe. The problem with Boris is that he does indeed promise the universe. He promises everything and achieves very little. He promises the earth, he promises the moon, he promises the galaxy, he promises potential, but all he ever delivers is just circular lies. That's the trouble with Bojo. And the final candidate, candidate C, the problem with him is the Page of Cups, the 11 of Cups. The trouble is that he's articulate and boyish, certainly, he's calming, but it's all just aesthetic. He's only in place because he's an opportunistic team worker. In the end, he's just a page. He's not a king. He's not Chancellor, he's not really even a health minister, he's just a calming, eager idealist, too nuanced to be appealing. That's the trouble with Jeremy Hunt. And so, the final result will be the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that means that we're looking for an artist who's also a bard and a calm and comforting dreamer. He's a rationalist and a realist. He's selfless and soothing, a thinker who's both tolerant and whimsical. So that doesn't really sound like any of them to me. Could it be Starmer? Starmer's an actual knight, which is still a thing in this country, an actual grown-up country. It's still a thing that you can be a knight, and Starmer is one. Could the cards be suggesting that the UK will still have Starmer as its leader, if you think that will be any better? It could be. So in the end, the trouble with Sunak is that he's just a rich boy who has no idea what he's doing in the real world. The trouble with Bojo is that he promises the whole fucking universe and gives you nothing. And the trouble with Hunt, obviously, is that he's just a little kid who has no idea what is going on. So in the end, what the country actually needs is a knight, a new shining armour. Maybe, just Keir Starmer could lead the Conservative Party and deliver all the same policies we've been having all along. None of these people are what the UK needs. They need an actual knight. But with Starmer, that knight, I don't know. The next Tory leader will perhaps be him. If you like these cards and you want to do your own special card reading, well then, tough really, because they're not available until November. We've come out of retirement early in order to bring you this special leadership special. So come back in a few days, 10 days or so, and then you can see our Kickstarter then. You can get notified of when that will be by signing up on our emailing list at wordcloudtarot.com or by following us on t.me/wordcloudtarot through Twitter or at wordcloudtarot on Twitter. The first one was Telegram. That's it. See you in a couple of weeks when we release properly